Hey, come catch this wave with the Fixx squad. The Fixx is in. I'm Mr. Soul, I'm tuning in. What you doing?
Stand up. James left, but the king still reigns here. No tears, no love lost, no rain here. Delivers, I promise, Santa rain here. Love for the city still resides here. Fix for your ailment, faith that resides outside the lines. Detox your mind, cause it matters. Art outside the box, we paste better. The Fixx is in, and we rock a channel. We rock with them for what's deep within. Expose those who talk but don't live. Expose those who talk but don't live. Take offense. Judge by the fruit from the tree. But it's the
Welcome back, DJ Focus, Dice Gamble. You tap back into the Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry right here on Siriusxm, channel 154, Holy Culture Radio. Y'all know what time it is. Stop playing. It's time for our spiritual detox. And let's be very clear, man. I got one of my brothers on, and when I tell you, he's been doing powerful things. When you talk about, producers, musicians, singers, urban gospel, listen, is he R&B? Is he pop? Listen, is he hip-hop? Is he trap? He does it all. I promise you. He's never stayed stuck in a box. And I'm just so excited just to have him on to talk about everything he has going on. But I will say this. I am going to get this disclaimer. He got a lot of good stuff going on, but he got one bad thing going on. Next week, let's be very clear. The 38th Annual Stellar Awards are going down. And he playing on the celebrity basketball team for the wrong team, though. Let's be very clear. So, yeah, I ain't played last year, but I'm on the right team this year. Shouts out to Bishop Marvin Sapp for picking me up. It's going to be a friendly little war on that court next week. But listen, I'm excited about all the super dope music he does and everything he does. So without further ado, let me welcome in the Grammy Award-winning Mally Music. What's going on, bro?
Yeah. DJ Focus, what's good? World, what's good? It's the boy Mally Music right here. I'm coming in live from that beehive straight to y'all. What's good? And DJ Focus, I got to tell you off rip. You finna get that work. You saying we on the wrong team when we won last year. How y'all contending talking trash?
Listen, I ain't played last year. That's the nature of the beast. I'm a competitor. I've been doing it a long time, just like you. All I got to say, we play two different positions. But if you come in that paint when I'm down there, I got that Matumbo rule. No, not in my house.
I'm gonna give you some love.
Hey, listen. On the back end, if I come out there and check you on that perimeter, you probably could take me to the hole. I'm going to give it to you.
I'm going to keep it quiet how I'm coming, but I got some issues about this band tag event. All right, so we got the drafts. We got a couple of new pickups. You get what I'm saying? It was a couple of names that was bothering me on there. You get what I'm saying? And I was waiting for the chance to express this. This is the perfect medium. All right, a couple of weeks ago, I was trying to find out Damon Thomas?
Yes.
One of the only melanin recessant brothers on the flyer. Okay. So I needed understanding what's going on here. Either he could ball, either he could pay, or what's going on. So I guess I can't wait to see what Damon do, and he on my team. So I'm expecting some playmaking. But on Marvin Sapp's team, and that's the team who lost, y'all didn't pick up a gospel artist. Y'all picked up a basketball player. I got an issue with that. For example, if it's an amateur night and y'all just out there trying to do some little singing, some doo-wops, don't invite me to compete because y'all gonna lose. Feel me? I do this on a professional level. So how are we gonna bring gospel singers? Jay on my team, Jay Williams 4'11". We got Jokia on my team too. And y'all got a basketball player on y'all squad?
Who are you referring to?
Look at the flyer, bro. It's the only person stretching on the flyer. Everybody else got smiles, plaques, and microphones. This dude is on the ground looking like Dwight Howard. I go to his Instagram. All his pictures are basketball. What's going on here, bro?
Y'all got Tank on your team though, and he's a former NBA player. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he play in the league for real?
The point. If the Lakers are playing and Fantasia on the court, who's out of it? So I'm trying to find out what y'all doing. Y'all trying to win for real.
Listen, it's going to be a competitive game. That's all I know. It's going to be a competitive game. It's been trash talk, and we go keep talking trash. And like I keep telling people, listen, it's going to be buckets and bloopers, so get ready.
Hey, health insurance brought to you by Aflac. If you need anything, you need it. Medical
Listen,
symptoms brought to you by.
listen, you better come prepared. Bring all your good stuff. We already said, bring your icy hot, bring your pain pills, whatever
Bring
you
it
need,
all,
because
man.
it's all in all. Like, ain't no
Yeah,
excuses.
we
When
need
you get on that
nurses,
court, let's
ambulance.
do it.
We
Yeah.
need it all.
Listen, but talk about, this is your second time playing in the celebrity basketball game. Talk about the importance of having something like this attached. Thank you. Shout out to Lamont Saunders, Bear Tag Entertainment, and shouts out to the Stellars for really understanding what this means. What does this mean to you and the culture in general?
It means a lot. We've been really working hard to just really pick what is the gospel culture up. And there's been a couple of things. We know we lay hands. You might get a to-go box or some greens or something. You definitely gonna get some oil on your head. You forgot they put that cross on you and you're in the club that night.
Right.
But we don't necessarily walk with you outside of the culture unless it's Creflo Dollar something on your TV trying to take your money like it used to be back in the day. So I really feel like it's just really alive post-pandemic for us to come and touch people where they are. I was in the first Bear Tag, basketball event, which is cool. Shout out to Lamont. He got a single. His song's busting. I'm really excited about what he's doing in gospel as well. And the fact that entrepreneurially, we got gospel artists who are mixing up and doing things. I feel that's what it takes. So I'm grateful to be a part of it. Grateful to come back. The energy was incredible. The cameras, the people, there was music. It felt like we were at a real pro-am event. So, I'm really excited. We had people that were turned away. I hope that we, made some provisions for that, because it's a demand for this. And we had a lot of fun. So I'm grateful to be a part of it. Right after we go to the Stellars also. So I feel like it's a part of the culture, and the youngins going to come in, and it's going to get more exciting throughout the years. By the time we at 5, year 10, ain't no telling who's going to be playing. Yeah,
that's real. That's real. Listen, if you have not got your tickets already, please go to stellar.com. Yeah. Get your tickets. Like Mally said, if I'm not mistaken, Lamont said they turned over 300 people last year. So this event will sell out. All roads lead to Vegas next week. Like I say, the celebrity basketball game, and there's so many other tons of events. Listen, talk about this stellar experience. Like you're not new to this. This is something you've been doing for a while. Talk about just the whole stellar experience from your first time to where we are now. What do you think the culture and the state of the Stellars is?
Well, it's a powerful sentiment to me now. Before coming up, when I was young, I just saw it as an award show, something I wanted to be a part of. You got Karen Clark there, the Clark sisters. You got Donnie there. So it seems like if you're doing anything in gospel, you want to be a part. But this year, I was able to collaborate with Don, who's the overseer, and the curator of this entire experience since year one. When he saw a void, there's nobody acknowledging gospel artists. There's so many award shows, and he took some initiative, brought some money together, got some partners together. Before you know it, Yolanda Adams standing up there singing. And those archives are legendary. Those tapes, those playbacks of what is taking place is really cool. I was able to collaborate in Black History Month with Don on the Black History Honors TV showcase, where we were able to go into Black history, not just celebrate Black history with concerts and stuff. And I was able to see Don's heart for just our culture, period. It blew my mind. I was able to see his swag, the depth of his advertising, resume, and his where he's come from, all the money that's behind making this happen. It's a massive, massive investment, and I'm really grateful to be close to Don during this, and just want all of his dreams and visions to come to success and flourishing. Now, as time goes by and through delegation, with him partnering with people like me, we get more opportunities where the culture gets youthful and it starts to change and it starts to reach down to the lower pegs. As those who age sit down with wisdom, we go out and reach more. So I love that there's hip hop. I love that there's R&B sounding tunes. Like, man, I love that the production at the Stellars is crazy. All the Holy Ghost folk don't like the fact that our stage production is comparable to the Grammys. They just kind of like white lights and sing about Jesus. So it's just really cool. All the alluring things we've gone to. Being a part of the Stellars is cool as I watch the fashion dynamic rise up. It's a little more than suits going down. You get what I mean? As the fashion eye comes in, and we get poets, we get artists, we get entrepreneurs. We start to tap into millionaires and people who understand the dollar. So I feel just Gospel is like the last bud of what is like a hip hop culture. There was hip hop, there's pop, there's country, and all the people inside of it support it. I feel that now, with so many people coming back to the culture and the success that we're having in the world, the money and the care that we can put into the culture is making it shine. We could afford for our dreams to happen, and that's what the sponsors and the Stellars represent to me.
Talk a little bit more about that. I love that you brought up the money aspect and the business side of it. We know we've been doing it for ministry for years, and we're going to continue to do it. All of us are called to do what God has told us to do, but I think the business side has finally caught up, and people are seeing the value in investing in DJs, artists, producers on this side. So speak to that, because you do it all. You produce on both sides, mainstream as well as gospel. You in all these different circles. Speak to the power of that.
It's very important. It's actually what most people are looking at. The believers are trying to see how many souls got saved, and then you got somebody in business trying to see how many souls came. You know, how many souls bought tickets. And it does matter. We're like, oh, it was a powerful move of God. But if it's 15,000 of us with a powerful move of God, that means that somebody bought some water, somebody bought some food somewhere. You get what I mean? Like, not only are we about to celebrate gospel in Vegas, we're about to bring hundreds of thousands of dollars, rooms, flights, our culture. We need to tap into the fact that we bring money everywhere we go. Once we do some type of mega fest in Dallas, gospel it's gone. Like, if we go to Nashville, you see we got bread. And I think that that's a very powerful thing that the cultures just can't deny. You could deny belief in our God. You can deny our Christ. But we do be pulling up in Maybachs, and it'd be some private jets from here. And I just love that speaks to the culture of the people who need to see that. Now, that's not for everybody, but some of us really do appreciate it. And at the end of the day, a lot of the people who have gotten out of gospel, like, I don't know why Lil Rodney left church, why Arrow always leave church. The talented and the gifted, they get financed by people who appreciate their labor more outside of the church. And so how can they turn down making $80,000 doing what you won't give them $18 to do at your ministry? You get what I'm saying? So now that churches are finding that out, now that gospel is finding that out, we're able to pay the labor and the worker for their hire to keep our success going.
Listen, you're tuned into The Fixx, your source of faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. We got to go to a quick break. We're coming right back with more from the Grammy award-winning Mali music. Keep it locked. You tuned into The Fixx. You know The Fixx is in.
Culture Radio. We're not just background noise. We play the music that inspires you, because every song has a story. Christian hip hop and R&B music and talk on Siriusxm channel 154, 24 hours a day. Holy Culture Radio is changing the game. Discussions about faith, arts, vocation, and education. We talk about the real issues that affect our communities and work together to find solutions. Join the discussion at holyculture.net and be heard.
Welcome back, DJ Focus, Dice Gamble. You tap back into The Fixx, your source of faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. Still got the super talented Mali music kicking it with us. Listen, Mali, talk about it. I really believe like The Second Coming was like your breakout album for me. That was like my first experience, my first walk through you. If I'm not mistaken, I think you were like 16, 17 years old when you dropped that record. So speak to the power of, listen, you've been around a long time. You've been doing music a long time. I love the fact that, you talk, I think I saw before that you spoke about your relationship with Mr. Dale and just different artists and being able to infuse your music. Speak about your creative process a little bit, where, you have the hip hop element, you have the R&B element, sometimes the pop. Speak to not being stuck in a box and being able to express yourself musically and being bold about it. I think I know you've gotten flack. I know you've gotten, critics over the years say you shouldn't do it. But what has kept you in that place to where, you stayed authentically you and created the music God told you to create?
Oh, this is cool. I pray for the anointing to answer this question, where people can understand me. But you said earlier that I dropped the first album when I was 16. I'm not 16 now, so I've been over in the professional vibe for over 21 years, maybe 20 years. So I've seen so many phases. And my initial arena for making music was church. I'm 6 years old, 7 years old, mama taking you to church. That's where I'm hearing harmonies. That's where it spread. I minister music by 11. So the place that I'm thinking about is the congregation. The congregation has a mindset. The congregation has a demand. They have things that they need. Songs like Yahweh are birthed. Songs like All I Have to Give are birthed. Songs like Conqueror are birthed. That was the arena and the time. Once I got signed, I started singing on stages where people didn't know the Lord. And I couldn't get on the mic and say, come on and give God a hand of praise. Come on, right where you are, touch your neighbor and say. People would look at me like, yo, why is this man telling me what to do like this? They used to me telling them, say, yo, get up right now, put your hands up and get with. They don't care, just the swag. So I'm trying to find out those dynamics. And as I would get exposed to these different places by God's grace, I would learn what would work and what wouldn't. A lot of us see pastors inside the church come and visit. Sometimes a pastor may not know his audience, and then he comes to a visiting church and it doesn't really hit. The same way that it might at his home church back in the woods somewhere. But now that he's come to the city, he's coming to New York. A lot of the people in this church have they're not from the backwoods. They want to hear if you know the word rightly, not necessarily if you can give it in a country way. You get what I'm saying? So me being exposed to different people, Mr. Dell, who was in hip hop. So now I needed the word, but I didn't necessarily, I needed a different grace, not the grace that I needed to get the message to some youth. And next thing you know, I started getting opportunity to get on the these like tours with like Miguel and like J. Cole and the like the Music Matters showcases and stuff like that. And those were predominantly inside bars, lounges, and where people were like drinking and smoking, and they came to just have a good time with music. They weren't trying to be convicted by what I was saying on the stage. They just wanted to know if it was funky or not. And that was valid. Then I get to a point where I get promoted to where I had to come on TV and I needed TV songs. Not necessarily something where I could scream and give God the I just needed something that was cool. Just sing a song, make sure the lyrics stick, sing the melody, and let people be blessed. So I think that I'm sure that my exposure was like a hardcore, like artistic development course by God for me to be able to learn how to be all things, all people, depending on where I was. And there were some people that was like, man, they singing a lot, but you heard his flow? And next thing you know, it's 14 boys paying attention just because they liked how I turned over and switched flows. Okay, so am I just going to try to convert them to Amazing Grace? Or am I going to write more flows? Over time, as I get older, one flow turn into 2, turn into 5, turn into 6, turn into features, and that's an established muscle of mine. You get what I mean? Now, there's people who are used to, why can't Marley just go back like he used to be? Well, baby, when the last time you been to church? You don't even go to church no more. You predominantly listen to church online. You stream. You get what I'm saying? Now, you want technology to advance. So it's the same thing that happened with me. And once I got my mainstream deal, I came into contractual agreement to make good music, not gospel music. You get what I mean? Just music that pop, which I feel is a good challenge. Like, we have our gospel singers, but can our gospel singers make a good song? That's something we may never know. They will always be too saved to challenge themselves to make just a good record. Like, I'm not even going to mock it, but as long as I got King Jesus, as long as I got God, as long as I could use the power of God in my message, I could take the light off of me, the light off the song, and just make sure you convicted enough to have to buy it. But I don't think that's what, the OGs was thinking about. They just got behind the piano, wrote sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. And it was just strong enough. They didn't have to say God. It was more about somebody to lean on. And I was inspired by those types of things as I'll get exposed to festivals and secular artists who meant well. They just didn't have the anointing. And there's places where I needed to learn the culture more than I needed to like convert the culture. Once I learned the culture and was able to get in and infect it, then they became connected to what made my flow different, what made the nuances of what I did different. And then they brought themselves into my culture. And people go deeper into what you're doing when they bring themselves versus when you demand them. You get what I'm saying? If you let someone ask a question, they listen better than if you just give them answers off the rip. Feel me?
No, I do feel you, and I appreciate you doing that, and I appreciate being bold. You know, you being bold in that area, because I think you've changed the music. But seriously,
Wow.
gospel music. I think a lot of artists have been influenced by you, and I think now compared to now, I think we have more bolder artists like yourself.
Yeah, man.
I think of you. I think of Assertive Baptist. I think of what Kiera Shear Kelly is doing now, and I can go down the line. And then listen. Oh, you know, in my arena, Christian hip hop, what Lecrae's doing, what D1's doing, what Bizzle's doing. Like, yeah, we ain't in no box no more, and we making good quality music. So I'm excited. Come on, I got it. Before I get you out of here, you got this new banger you just dropped, My Worship. Come on, talk about it.
Okay, yo, I'm so excited. I started getting some questions from my fans. I got a lot of fans that came in from Loved by You. I got a lot of fans that mess with Still. I got a lot of people who's like, oh, Molly, they identify me as like an R&B sound. And then when I come live, I'll start singing Yahweh. So people will say, so Molly, is this next album going to be about love? Is this next album going to be about God? You get what I mean? So I really wanted my first song to be like, talk about my worship, just to get all those questions out the way. And everything that you were talking about, from the first album coming out when I was 16 to right now, there's a lot of people like, well, I don't know what Molly doing, or this dude just came out, or all this type of stuff. There's a verse in that song that says, since '04 I've been open, making my boats and coasting, hit like a wave you soaking, walking by faith on the ocean. So a lot of people are trying to find out if it's a worship song, when I'm telling them that this is a compilation and a note that it's not only a worship song, it's an acknowledgement that I've been giving God high-end, decadent worship in your face, in the devil's face, since I dropped. It's like right now, we're not talking about what LeBron did in a game. We're talking about scoring king. We're talking about scoring champ. We're talking about the fact that he made 40 points in so many games that potentially he is the best and #1 top scorer in the game. Now, we don't take those types of tallies in my genre, but all I'm saying is since '04, and it's about, if you go to a concert, oh, I didn't know Molly had that many songs. Baby. So I'm talking about my worship, and they all giving God praise. They're all anointed. They're all acknowledging what's going on, whether people understood or not. So I really appreciate the fact that the spirit in me was able to keep that promise to God throughout all this time. So even though people get with it, what they do, some people don't. It's about my worship and the fact that I am choosing to give this to God. Okay, let's go.
So come on, when the project dropping? Because with a banger like this, I know you got plenty more. You just wait. This a teaser. This the teaser.
Next. Yes, man. September 1st, the full drop. God Be Praised is the name of the album. So the name, we got My Worship, we got God Be Praised. I just really am tired of them asking questions about how I'm going to come. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be the Lord. I'm going to be walking with him. But at the same time, I'm in full relationship with Abba. So everything that I deal with, I give to him. Everything that I feel, I write about. You get what I'm saying? But because of God's covenant with me, I always have the victory I expected. So in this album, I wanted to come very hard. I teamed up with a lot of my favorite bands, singers, musicians. I asked all of them to meet me in Indianapolis. We met up for 10 days and we recorded the songs live.
Wow.
Songs like Beautiful, songs like My Worship. I released My Worship because it's one of the only ones that's like a studio vibe. Since we got Beautiful and stuff like that, a lot of people just don't even know I play keyboard, guitar. They don't know how I am on stage. It's like I've become this like radio artist to them, and they don't know like what the stage means to me. So I said, yo, forget that. And I'm tired of saying people, like telling people when they love a song of mine, yo, you got to hear it live. Sometimes they never do. So I just gave it to them on this album live. We ran through some of the songs 3 times Motown style. You get what I mean? Like some of them, I feel a certain momentum you can reach in the song just on a pass versus trying to perfect it. And I'm so grateful for everybody who showed up for me. I recorded the album in a crib in Indianapolis in the basement because I wanted to play an organ that wasn't in the church. Feel me? We went to my dude George's house, and that's the same spot I recorded Let Go, and we went into the house. I'm eating chicken upstairs, and I'm going down right. So it's one of those types of feels. I feel like we got one of the best projects from Lauryn Hill from a setting like that. So we forsook the studio and took it to the house. So this that home cooking, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Which one do you enjoy the most, man? If you had to pick, would you stay an artist or would you stay a producer?
Ooh, producer. See, people don't really know that I'm just producing Molly music. You get what I mean? So
Oh, no. We know. So listen, I'm a DJ. So the church folks don't know, but the DJs, we know, we
feel
respect
me?
it. So let's talk about your producing bag right now. We already know, we've already seen Jennifer Hudson saying y'all in the studio working. Talk about that and just building with her and being able to create good music with her.
Exactly, man. Like all the songs that I sing are demos that people said I should sing. So like if I like my worship, I produce that. I don't think that I could send a invitation out and a producer send me that type of beat. I think they're gonna send me like Molly music type of beats. You get what I'm saying? So I have to be able to produce to continue to stretch the envelope because most people are gonna be sending tracks from my past eras. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta make the new Jordans, not the classics, bro. But anyway, I'm also a songwriter. I feel all types of emotions. I understand that people they're not gonna take it from my mouth as a deliverer. So I know who to call. There's some people that's right in that lane. Sometimes, you know, it fits perfectly. Great relationship with Jania Aiko. Whenever she gets in the creative process, she makes sure she gives me a call and say, Molly, you got any heat? Or listen to this, or, you know, that's really cool. And there's countless people inside the game that I don't say because I like not being known in those circles, but I'm in the rooms, you know, I'm writing those tunes and my melodies abound. But also all the stuff that I'm doing with Molly Music is like a microcosm of the things that I'm excited to do for other artists. And this album is the second from my label, K Approved. And finally, I'm open to signing artists, putting the artists out, and making this thing go to the next level. I'm kind of done. So I'm really excited about delegating and making the next stars that's going to take this thing to the next level.
Man, that's what's up. I gotta hear you break down that contradiction song. Talk about that a little bit more because I don't think people talk about that collaboration enough. And that's on your R&B bag. But that was a straight vibe, and I felt
it was one of those that kind of got lost on the mainstream because it did so much on the movie scene. See, I did Contradiction for the Chirac soundtrack.
Yes.
So it didn't get like hey, Molly Music new song energy. It was from like Oscar budget. You get what I'm saying? Which tripled, movie budget. I recorded it in London. You know what I'm saying? It was like a whole different vibe. Spike Lee crashed my session. I played like 40 records for him. None of them were right. So I was like, this opportunity is not finna pass through. So I had to go in with it. So I heard everything he was going for. A lot of my stuff was too religious, too Christ-centered, too God, all those types of things. And he just wanted something that was Chicago, something that was Chirac, something simple. So I just went to the board. You know, we did something crazy, but I still had to let them know it was going to be me. So that's why I'm like, we meet again, good friend. You see the stars come down to meet you. One thing that I'm really excited about as Molly Music is the fact that I could be myself as an artist and relevant in the rooms. It's a lot of gospel artists that are like only relevant in an anointed room. But if you like take them around other places, it's either going to get stagnant, chopped up, weird, people apologizing about life, all the types of stuff that I just kind of don't like. I just kind of like to be conducive, you know what I'm saying, in all the rooms. And that's how the swag comes. I'm a student of this thing. And whatever I learn, I put inside of a track. And whenever it cracks, you know, I just sell it and let people know, hey, this works like lotion. You know what I'm saying? And you need that every day.
Yeah, that's solid.
So,
listen, last question, gonna get you out of here, man. If you could form a super group with two artists from any genre of music, dead or alive, what two artists you picking?
Are they with me or just them?
No, you still the lead singer, but yeah,
I'm the lead singer with two other artists.
Yeah, yes, sir. Any genre of music, dead or alive, who you picking?
I'll do me, Andre 3000, and Anderson .Paak.
That's the drop the mic moment right there. Y'all already know that thing right there will be silly fire. Listen, Molly, I appreciate you rocking with us this morning, man. Definitely looking forward to seeing you next week, man, in Vegas. Listen, tell the people how they can connect with you, follow you on all your social media platforms, and please introduce your latest single too as well.
Man, got you. And it's all love, DJ Focus. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm glad to be here on the Fixx because it's real. What's good, world? It's your boy, Molly Music, right here. Please follow me. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything. At Molly Music, MALI MUSIC, no spaces. See everything we doing. Once you tag and get onto my Instagram, you'll see all the ads and promos for my new single, My Worship. And it's busting on the playlist right now. That's Spotify, that's iTunes, that's Amazon. I'm so appreciative to all the love and support. So I encourage everybody to go give it 2 listens, no skips, and tell the boy what you think about it. Talk about my worship? Okay, let's get it.
Keep it locked. You tuned into the Fixx. You know the Fixx is in.
God be praised.